Welcome back, or should I say welcome to something totally new for not only us, but mostly all of the NECC. This is NECC Nationals for Marvel Rivals in Division 6, I think we decided.
Yes, I think it is Division 6.
With your resident president reporting for duty with Ruthless here, hoping to give you a pretty good stream. It's looking like it's going to be a good match.
That was something I didn't really think about. This is actually the first Nationals they've ever had for Rivals, because last semester was their first season for it.
This is why I've been tweaked out and anxious about it, because it's never happened before. But we live.
Yeah, and something that I have become anxious about in the past 15 minutes is some information that you guys can't really see, which is the bracket.
Yeah.
A lot of the lower seed teams are beating out the higher seed teams all across the bracket, which is just crazy to me. So earlier, while I was helping the team warm up, or just letting them warm up on their own more than anything, I read this information out to them and made sure that they are locked in, ready to throw a punch to the mouth of this other team so that we can send a message. We're not about to be the second seed that gets knocked out by the 15th seed.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure we're pretty confident in that. But what matters here also to recognize is that we just had a mid-season update, which for people less familiar with the game, which is most people, because this weird part of the game is extra weird. Marvel Rivals has seasons similar to a lot of online games. That's not pretty crazy. However, Marvel Rivals also has mid-season updates that affect it kind of halfway. So that's when we see new characters drop. If it's not a full season update, it's a mid-season update. In this mid-season update, which was 5 days ago, it was late last week, we saw a new character drop, Black Cat, who, just like every other character we have gotten recently, you have a delay on when they can be played in NECC comp. So we can't play her, but the patch notes, buffs, debuffs, and related things are still affecting the meta, are still affecting the characters that we play. So right now, we're looking at here a Magic ban from us and an immediate White Fox ban from them. Then
I'm sorry, what? Did you just say we banned Magic?
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not.
They did that on purpose because Blake and Cass were like, "Oh, we're totally playing Blade and Magic this game."
I didn't. Yeah. That being said, also part of the reason why Blake and Cass, because we saw this last week in championships. There's a little bit of a silly little bet going on, and we saw that play, and it would not have happened in the first place if Magic had not become a more viable character recently. But speaking of, right now, mostly what we have lined up is not anything super out of the ordinary for us. We've got mostly everybody on their mains, so we're seeing Cloak and Dagger for Fox, Blake in on Gambit, nothing crazy there. Jess back on Scarlet, which you guys know I'm always a fan of, especially because he always plays with this skin, which is still, to this day, despite the fact that I've been playing Rivals pretty much since day one of my favorite skins the game has ever released. Peyton on Strange, kind of a given, especially for the start of a crazy match. Seeing Max here on, no. You see, they do, so fun fact, they do this on for I don't know if I've mentioned it on stream before yet, but they do this on purpose because I always try to click away when they're doing, like, horrific emotes, and so they all stand in a circle in the spawn room so that there's no one I can click to that won't be watching it clearly. And I don't know why I still fall for it. But I do. However, seeing nothing super crazy here, except Cass on Loki. Again, not super crazy. We've seen it a few times this season. But looking like not a crazy team comp for us. Trying to keep most things a little bit comfortable to start out. And, you know, maybe we'll see some things different later. But for now, what we're seeing is us already progressing to taking point.
Oh boy, I just realized that we have a Cass on the Loki with Blake on Gambit.
Yes.
Which is like the stable support duo. Most of the time I expect to see this whenever we have Carter and Blake in at the same time.
the reason that Cass started playing Loki pretty much is because we've been seeing Loki Gambit as Cass on Loki and Blake on Gambit. We've seen it. The one time it was Cass on Loki and Carter on Gambit, but that was brief. This is something they have talked about because the fact of the matter is that Cass plays Loki differently than Carter plays Loki, and that combo, despite the fact that they're both supports, flows way better when you have somebody who plays Loki the way Cass does. And also because it's easier to swap through that mid-match. But we saw this, I think almost every time we've seen Gambit Loki, it's been Cass on.
Yeah.
Because this, we didn't start seeing that until about, like 2/3 of the way through this season. If I remember correctly, maybe closer to half. But through regular season, we didn't see a ton of it. But let's see some. I love this thing.
While I'm thinking about it right now, guys, thank all 16 of you for showing up and watching the stream at the moment.
16 minus knowing that some of our players in the other room have the stream up.
Yeah, probably. But I didn't send out messages today for the stream. I just forgot about it. But it is the round of 16, so.
I was wondering why there wasn't an email, because I'm used to getting one. But yes, thank you everyone for showing up as always. Oh, boy.
We got an early eye of I'm the GOAT, bro.
Yes, we did. And you know what? I guess that means Ruthless is going to be in a good mood the whole stream.
Yes. I'm surprised. Okay. Do they have a strange player? Yeah, they do.
I'm so glad that we talked through basic team comp and stream notes as we just straight up captured point with no context or contest.
They at least took us to overtime.
No. The game, it always goes into overtime. Like unless if they have anyone nearby at all.
Well, yeah, but that Strangel was their Strange on our 99% point.
30 seconds.
Yes, but if they had anyone anywhere near point, it still would have gone to overtime.
Yeah, they took us to overtime.
Like yours, I think, wow. I mean, how can I compare?
At least they threw the ball. Like nobody ended up catching it, but
that's fair. You're trying to be nice. I should let you. Anyway, looking at here, after that, there's not really much of a reason to change anything, especially with domination. Friendly reminder. The way Rivals is structured, so this Nationals, at least this level of bracket, is still best of 5, which is what we're used to seeing in regular season. But for anyone who was watching last week, it is not what we see in regular season playoffs. Regular season playoffs are best of 7, so we're back to best of 5, which is a little bit more what we're used to. The way that's structured, your first round is always going to be domination, which is best.
Whoa! Was that an early portal from them?
There's a hello.
But did I not see a portal?
I don't think so. Given that both Stranges are... Well, speaking of, let's get a little bit of vantage point. Okay.
Arkansas fighting back.
So I'm gonna stop clicking.
It's all right. We got a Strangel coming in on our side. Maybe we'll have our own portal come in, but.
Hey, Ruthless, could you do me a favor and click the F4 key? That's not F4.
Did I do it?
That was legitimately a little scary. Sometimes the game doesn't, sometimes it gets weird when you
Ooh, Royal Flush,
Blake
I think.
eating down as always.
That wasn't Royal Flush.
No.
He was just doing a spinny stick.
He was just doing his normal moves that he does all the time.
All right, man, Arkansas really fighting back on this second point.
Yeah. So, ooh, let's see some. Yeah. Okay. Let's see some strange. That second point being the way domination is structured. It is best 2 of 3 in 3 different sections of the same kind of map. It's the same like narrative place themed, but there are different areas in it. It's really cool if you're geeky about the lore, and otherwise it's just 3 different maps. But the way that works is the generator going off.
Oh boy.
Did see a Royal Flush there for a sec. The way that works is they are complete free-for-alls to start. You have to get to the point, capture point. Once you start capturing it, then you make progress. However, as soon as it's contested, if the other team can contest it enough to then gain the possession of it, then their bar goes up, which is why right now we see ours going up because we have current possession. Ours going up about to meet theirs. So we won the first. Right now we're about even, but currently holding possession, and then whoever wins this next one decides whether we're going to go to the third one or not. Our next round will be... Now you would think that I would not continue to be unsure about which order these are in. One of them's Convoy and one of them's Convergence. And we'll address those when we get to them because I don't feel like looking it up right now. But... seeing maybe a strange ult here. I want to see if I can watch it just because Ruthless isn't here. That being said, with where we're sitting right now, holding point might not make the most sense. Gonna wait till they come a little bit closer, but actually, let's pull this. Seeing another Cloak and Dagger ult. Nothing unusual, but always good to see. They've got 4 ults charged, which, there it is. He's gonna be really sad about that. Double Strange ult. You missed a double Strange ult at the same time. Yeah.
The lines are up.
Not really. Hella ult from them live same time with an Adam. We don't see a ton of Adam play. We saw Jess play Adam once, and I think we've only been against an Adam like once this season, because Adam is a support who, if you do not know how to play well, is just bad. So we don't see a ton of it, and when it would be good, we just ban it. But there, my friends, is our first round point of the first NECC Marvel Rivals national season.
So before that generator started going off and I had to walk away, you were explaining how this game mode worked, and I remembered a conversation I had with my mother over the weekend, and she was like, I'm just watching the game, and I don't really know how it's going. Mom, you're probably listening to this right now. Sorry for the impression, but we should explain the games more so that the parents out there know how the game works and not me. We'll see you after we get the break.
Hi guys, I'm back because I also, believe it or not, can press the mute button. I do just want to touch on these stats really quick. Just briefly. You know, the thing we do on stream where we talk about the match that's happening. Nothing really crazy here, seeing a Jess MVP with the stats lined up to it, but overall really good performance from the team. We're seeing really good healing stats for the very low number of deaths and a match that didn't last super long. SVP to their Strange makes a whole lot of sense because what they were able to do strategically was almost every single time there was any contest for control against us, whether we had possession or whether they had it, was because of... Sorry, I'm just reading messages from chat. Was what did, in fact, improve their chances. Nothing crazy here. We probably will see some changes in picks and bans because this went pretty smoothly, but we will see that when we're back. And I'm going to press the mute button now.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
I really hope you guys can handle streams without me next season. And we are back. This is going to be your convergence round, which, friendly reminder, we are on my favorite map now. You guys have heard this almost every single stream for like 2 months because this map we have just been seeing a lot of play on, and I'm not mad about that. But let's click in and see what these picks and bans are going to be.
Ban Magic again.
I mean, it worked last time.
Yeah, they took out Scarlet Witch this time around. Wasn't just playing that last game?
Yes,
Yeah.
and got the MVP with it, and he didn't even switch off for really a second at all, because there was no need to, because it worked quite well. Namor Protect. So what if What if...
We do not like the freaky fish guy.
What if... Oh my god.
Hey guys, she's doing the thing.
I mean, when I get you.
I always do that. I forget.
Hashtag cancel Roofless, guys.
Yeah, hashtag cancel that guy. Get him.
Anyway, hella ban from us, not surprising. Since what we don't want to do is ban Strange because it would mess with how well our team was moving here. Because their Strange, yes, was useful for them, but not more useful than ours was for us. That being said, obviously, that doesn't mean it couldn't be a third ban, but since they didn't protect. Looking here, keeping the Angela ban from them, which had previously been their third ban. And so we actually protected Strange, which, yes, exactly. Because for us, it is pretty useful for our team comp, especially on this map. There's a lot of places to be portaling to. Invis ban from us, not crazy, but always interesting when you see support bans. Gambit ban from them, speaking of support bans, makes a lot of sense, except for the fact that we subbed out the person who was playing Gambit last round. Sometimes teams don't really pay attention to that.
Daredevil. Okay, who does Daredevil have team ups with right now?
That's a great question. They change the team ups way too constantly, and they often don't really do much. So let me look.
Because I'm pretty sure we always get rid of Hela whenever Namor is available because they have a team up. How come that one hasn't changed?
Some of them, hold on, because let me...
Also, why is the freaky fish guy tag teaming with Hela? Like, when did they meet? What's going on here?
We're on the other side now, and I'm not clicked into the game because I don't know what I'm doing.
30 seconds
Anyway.
before you attack. Get ready.
There's two white foxes.
What?
One of the white foxes is blue.
We're a long way from Korea.
Pause.
Which one do I shoot?
Fun. If it's good to see me.
Anyway, moving on.
Punisher, Groot.
Yeah, sorry. I just need to pop into this lobby real quick. What?
3, 2, 1.
They're doing a lot of things over here.
You know what? I respect it because they're just flipping everything because it didn't work. Speaking of White Fox, let's watch some White Fox here. New White Fox skin. Not like new.
No! Oh no!
And this, my friends, is why I shouldn't be clicking to anyone.
Fox on the run.
Anyway.
All right, editor, take that out. Let's watch some White Fox.
Can we cut that? Can we cut that? So yeah, so speaking of White Fox, we've got a little bit of a new skin here. Not what we saw last week. Anyway.
I just think it's not a good idea in Marvel Rivals or Overwatch to ever follow Jess as a support. Just don't do it.
So we talk about this a lot.
Did Fox just solo kill that guy?
Well, because White Fox, hold on, let's pull up his
Bully in the
stats.
trees.
Because you'll note, White Fox is a support, but a support that you can have quite a lot of damage on. Sorry, pause here. Max on, oh my god, me when I forget that we're on the other side. Max on Cloak and Dagger, which we have seen, I think, twice, but not a
Jess
ton.
is gonna let the
This
devil
is
out soon.
Really interesting to see a triple sub lineup like this. And sure, we can watch this just to humor those of us.
They're all following him. Don't mind Deadpool on the side choosing unicorn.
Watching just
he sees them.
play this character is so funny to me because it just looks really funny to watch. Like, it obviously is not incorrect that it makes sense, but
He pressed
let
the
the
buttons.
devil out!
He is causing havoc back here, but we've already lost 2 on our side. He ends up taking Punisher and White Fox down, and he's still fighting some of them. There's a big stun on 3 of them, and he's trying to get one of them. The generator's going off, and I'm walking away.
And on that note, so glad we got that play-by-play. Thank you, Ruthless. Anyway. Okay, well, bye, Jess. Let's watch some Deadpool. Immediate double the second I click over. So you see, this is the duality of bug casting, right? Is I either click over and then immediately there's a double kill or more, or I click over and then they die instantly. So, you know.
Ooh, the double furry ults. Are they really doing anything to... Nobody's health bar was moving at all in that exchange. It was just a couple dogs like frolicking next to this like eternal damnation beast.
Did you just call the character that is explicitly named White Fox a dog?
They hit a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
It's not a cat.
That's true, but not every canid is... never mind. I don't know why I...
It's got a boopable snoot, dog.
And you... I'm so sorry. And you think cats don't have boobable snoots?
Well, it's a different type of boopable snoot.
I hard disagree with this statement. Hold on. You know what? I said it before. I'll say it again. I hope you guys can handle streams without me next semester. Cannot handle this boopable snoot disrespect.
Speaking of boopable snoots,
Pray
Zoe
tell.
brought in
I'm
her Yumi puppet,
Zoe League.
Zoe Hawk.
Oh, Zoe, my goat Zoe.
Yeah, she brought in her Yumi puppet, and then she was telling me about an idea she had for making another one for either Overwatch or Rivals, and she brought up the possibility of making a Jeff puppet.
I need to talk. How has she not talked to me about this?
She
I
might
need
have
to
just
bother
thought
her
about it
this.
today.
Yeah, I need to bother her about this.
But she asked me because the Yumi head turns and she can like
Yeah.
puppet it, and she asked me like how they should make the puppet move, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to like the Jeff enjoyers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so for context, for those of us unaware, which is most of you, I'm sure, Zoe and I are both design and tech theater majors, so stuff like puppetry and making puppets and things is what we do.
Bro, we're about to destroy this team fight.
Zoe and I also, well, we did just get a full team wipe, so
Yeah, but we have a lot of ults.
this is true. Speaking of, let's watch this one. It's gonna give us some view. What's going on?
In there, like holy, he is deep. And Peyton's just sitting back here booping snoots.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Did Max make it out? He didn't die.
Yeah,
Fox did.
this is
She
true.
almost got ult. Oh, the eye of I'm a GoPro.
Strange ult immediately charged to 15%, by the way.
Holy.
This is why we always play Strange. That's not true. It's also because of a lot of other reasons, but there we go, folks. That's going to be the first half of our second.
Switch things up, including
Fun fact, they're like all called rounds. So like this is the round of the round. It's
top-notch team to win this one.
confusing for no reason. But anyway. We live. Oh, that's sorry. I'm just updating the scoreboard and it's just I just did it wrong. Just flat out, not even close. Anyway. Gonna probably see some different hero selections here. I'm not even gonna comment on what they're doing on this screen because they always change it anyway. Because this screen doesn't need to exist in a game mode in which you still have time to select in your spawn. But that's neither here nor there. So, reminder for how this game mode is going to work. This is convergence, which means that the goal is to get... Excuse me, there's two sides. There's attack, there's defense. The goal for people on attack, shockingly, is to fight to get an object that is relevant to the map along the path to the final point. So what you're trying to do is maintain possession, maintain control, and keep moving it forward without being stopped, which means those on defense are trying to stop it. So that generally just means similar to domination. You're just trying to kill people to get control of an area, which halts progress, whether it is physical progress or the progress of a relatively arbitrary percentage bar.
Bro, 50% on the Deadpool. Like, what are we doing? He's at 60 when some people are like barely above 20. What is going on?
Just at 8%, by the way.
Hey guys, incoming Deadpool. We're 10 seconds in.
Yep, pretty much. But what we see here with Convergence, there's the Deadpool. It's not the craziest ult because part of what Deadpool is a character that chains things together because that is how the character works. So you can see more abilities down in the lower right for those of us who ever look at those. More abilities. There's also an upgrade feature, which is, I don't even really know how to explain it, I'll be so honest. But we see the sequence of things is what matters, so the individual ult ability isn't as crazy as we would see an ult for, say, Cloak and Dagger, because that doesn't really happen in sequence as much.
Do you know why the Deadpool ults have not started charging yet? Like, they both got used, but they're at 0.
So there's a cooldown.
Your ult can't start charging until the cooldown is?
Well, let's find out in 3 seconds whether I'm just flat out wrong. Yeah. There's a charge. Mind you, this is not like how all characters work. Like that is how Deadpool's ult works.
Okay.
Because it charges so fast, so it doesn't charge by linear time. It charges by me when we're on the other side. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Please. There we go. Anyway, I'm so glad I missed this range ult because I don't know what numbers are. Anyway. I'm gonna see a Luna ult here probably pretty soon, as soon as there are people in the same area, which will give us a pretty good central vantage point of whatever conflict we are about to see here, should they get close to us. But yeah, so Deadpool's ult specifically, because it does not charge by time, whereas some do. Generally, most ults charge from slightly different reasons. Oftentimes just the percentage, the speed, etc. But Deadpool's ult has a cooldown because it can charge really, really fast.
Oh yeah. There it is again.
Yes.
Earlier, we saw their White Fox ult, and then their health got taken down and they just went back to like normal White Fox form.
Yes.
So does that happen every time, or was that just like if you get taken out in your ult, you just go back to people form and don't get taken out immediately?
So she has like her tails, which are like, because she's based on a kitsune, so has like her tails that are like different lives, kind of. And it doesn't function as linearly as it.
Their Jeff is behind us.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Speaking of, actually, we'll see if we can see this soon. We may not get there, but they are finally pulling some possession here. Because we are waiting to portal, which actually, let's pop over and see if we can watch this portal happen.
Oh, he's dropping. They're dropping.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like they probably could have predicted that we were going to portal here, but now that we're in, let's watch this White Fox ult immediately in there. Yeah, see, so when she has her lives,
Oof.
yeah, So when she's in her ult form, she has her live. So when she gets knocked out of that, she loses a tail, but is still alive. Similar to similar concept to the generator going off again. I really do think we should start keeping a tally of that. Similar concept to Hulk, because when he's Hulked out and you kill the health bar of Hulk, he just reverts back into Banner. Similar concept, not exactly the same, of course, but looking at something similar there. We're probably going to see another Deadpool ult here quite soon. Again, it charges fast, so you're going to use it often. Or we're going to see Jeff swallowing some people. But didn't kill anyone, just threw them out, which is sometimes what you got to do. And on a map like this, there's not a ton of ledges that you can throw people off of effectively. So we're basically just back to where we were before Ruthless left, actually.
Okay.
Welcome back.
What happened?
Okay, let me give you the rundown. I was explaining that White Fox's ult going down is similar to the generator going off again. Anyway, we saw that Deadpool ult, so let's pop back over. I think it would be pretty nice to get some more Cloak and Dagger gameplay here from Max. I'm definitely not biased. We don't need to look at my game stats. Anyway, also because watching more linear support is going to give us a little better vantage point watching, because they have, at this point, progressed, they've gotten 1 point, and they're about 2/3 of the way to the second point. That being said, they are down to 30 seconds because they got more seconds when they got 1 point. And if they make it to 2 before this timer runs out, they will get an additional amount of time to try to get to the 3rd point, which would, because of the way this game mode works, then send us back to Seton Hill on attack, and we would have our remaining time, 2 minutes and 8 seconds, to get as far as we could, as many points as we could, playing functionally the same thing over again that we played before. And then after that, it would go back to them,
This is donezo.
giving them as much time as possible. But we're in overtime, so unless they control point before that overtime bar runs out right now, we have just gotten our 2nd round point, which puts us at, friendly reminder, match point overall for your first NECC Marvel Rivals match with this team for Nationals this year. We stay winning, as always. But let's throw that score in there. Let's take a quick look at these stats. But looking at these, nothing super crazy here. Peyton MVP, so I'm sure Jess is going to be mad about that. To be clear, this is mostly a meme at that point. We just keep saying this. But these stats, pretty good numbers over here, right? We're seeing relatively spread out good things overall. High heal numbers, high damage numbers, good team play, but looking like we might pop into this next round pretty quick. So let's send you guys over to the map pool for a second here, and then we will be back once we figure out what map we're on next. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right.
For my friends watching the map pool, I'm sorry. They were clicked onto something for like 15 seconds and then changed their minds, which we don't normally see happen. So I jumped the gun a little bit on that if you were watching, but we are on a map. Yeah, the between round pookies, my Shaylas.
Is that what we're going to call them from now on?
Between round pookies?
Yeah, that's
Can I change what they're called in OBS?
Yeah, sure. You could also drag those down to be around the Marvel Rivals broadcast.
You're so smart.
I put them there on purpose so you wouldn't see them when you're in here by yourself.
Oh. I did see them. I just didn't. I don't click on things. I don't know what they are generally. I did see them because I scroll through all of it to check the ones I actually use. So I checked like the map pool. Anyway, Scarlet banned immediately. Thor banned from us because Thor was SBP last time. Makes sense. We've swapped Blake. We've swapped Blake back in.
So is it Blake and Carter now?
Yep.
All right. We might see our own Jeff.
White Fox protect from us. So we are probably going to see just White Fox. I guess we could hypothetically see some Carter White Fox. But if Fox is out, then it's probably going to be just White Fox. Which we saw last time for championships. Yeah. I'm like listening to this music and realize like we've never played on this map.
I think we did it last semester. I have seen
Did
that
we?
name before.
But it's also in the it's in the map labels. So you could have just seen it.
Well, I've seen it here.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know that we've ever played. Like
We
I
have
can,
the
I can
screenshots.
remember
We
us
could
ever
always
playing.
go back and
Well,
look.
that's true. It also doesn't matter. It's wacky to me that I just have no recollection of us ever playing on this map, and we've played quite a lot of Marvel Rivals. But such is life. There are patterns, during a typical season you'll see a lot of the same maps over and over again, and that's kind of how that works.
I also haven't seen or heard any indication that we're bad at any of them. Like the Overwatch team has maps that they like absolutely try to avoid. They're just
Yeah.
like, we don't like this.
So, at least from my understanding, in Overwatch, the maps are a little bit more, hyper specific. Like, most Marvel Rivals maps in any given game mode have a very similar structure. It's just the details that are different. And it's often, it's not like that's a blanket statement. There are differences. But in Overwatch, at least from what I understand, from what I watch, they're more different. In the context that it is, there can be maps you're just like noticeably bad at, and in Rivals, the reason you pick maps is because there will be ones your team and your team's playstyle are better suited at playing. But that's mostly in the details. It's mostly in the corners, in the overlooks, and things like that. But
Seriously?
there's not really maps we're bad at. There's just maps that are annoying to play on. Mostly. And there are maps that we are good at, so when given an option to pick, we're going to pick the ones we know we are extra good at. Even if we aren't bad at the other ones. But
We didn't ban Magic.
no,
GG.
which means I get to watch my girl. Oh God, I want to make this sword so bad. It was
Get
so
over
fun.
there!
I got you.
I love her so much. So they've got possession and are moving, but that's not, not the end of it for this game mode.
Is that
Because this game,
What thing
just
covered in a symbiote? I almost
Yeah,
called him
that
out as
skin-
Venom.
yeah, that skin we saw.
Oh, we weren't clicked in.
That's true, we weren't. That's why I clicked in.
I saw the frames and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, I saw the frame. Yeah.
I usually don't see that in like any other game. I don't know why it's easier to see it here.
Well, as someone who plays Marvel Rivals, it's not the most fun graphics-wise. I even in main room computers often play with my graphics down because it clips so easy and it looks, I don't know, it's very frustrating because the graphics are cool and awesome and nice, but now when they don't work, you know, Loki ult here, so we're seeing a Gambit ult, which this is what we said earlier, right? We have seen Loki Gambit with Carter Blake, but we've mostly seen it with Cass on Loki this season because we've been seeing a whole lot of Carter on Jeff because Jeff, never mind, actually, we're gonna watch the magic ult.
I don't know if I've seen this on stream before.
You have not, because we played her very briefly before we almost lost our only point last match, and before that she really wasn't comp viable. But that is her ult is, I probably did explain this last time, but her ult is, I forget the actual ability is called. It's like Dark Child, so it's like who she is, and it's her, it's hard to explain. It's like not, it's like within her.
Oh, she's getting chased.
Whatever.
Somebody help.
That being said, we do have a Royal Flush charge, and there it is. And
it's the eye of
immediately
the GoPro.
Yep, there it is. So proud of you. Got some fantastic gear. That's all right.
Inflate
sure.
a bouncy boy.
It does make sense with where things are sitting, I suppose, but just not exactly what I expected to see. We haven't seen him in a few matches, I believe.
I think Mr. Fantastic was awkward as a kid. I could see that.
I mean, that he's kind of awkward all the time.
He didn't get his
like, with
powers
specific
until he
context,
was like a man, right?
Well, but he's been the context for him getting his powers is like, I don't know, he's always been like this, unless I'm just making things up, because, well, okay, context for this, I read a lot of the really old Fantastic Four comics, and then some of the newer, not reboot, but side story kind of reboot ones for like special events and things that came out, or if there were artists or writers I really liked. But I overall haven't really seen anything except us running that through, not letting them get much of anything. So now for how this game works, right? They had their 4 minutes to get as many points as they could. They didn't, which now means the side swap, and we just have to get farther than they did, which is pretty chill. We've got like 1 point basically. Reminder: this is match point overall, so
either they hold us here or their season is over,
and we will see. Is there next match gonna be Thursday if we win this?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I've already got a ticket in. We just have to see who it is that we end up against.
Thank you.
So it'll either be
bracketing-
Sunday or Monday.
The bracketing for Nationals had this round today and the next round Thursday evening at the same time. And I think when you sent that, I was probably, I forget where I was, but I was with people, and I was immediately like concerned and upset because 2 days after each other is a little nuts, but thankfully.
So the way they did Nationals last year for all of the games is you had your first week where you played the round of 16 and quarterfinals in the same day. And I was not sure if they were going to try to do that again this year, but they've done something a little different.
I remember you talking about that when we were talking about Nationals before they explained how it was going. I remember you mentioned that it might be a doubleheader. And I was horrified by that sentiment. But Same team comp as we had in the first half of this, minus we've got just on Iron Man, which for attack on this map makes sense. It's gonna let us push past further. We haven't really seen any just Iron Man today, but
We got like
we did
20
last
meters
week.
to go.
Yes, we do. Trying to just keep talking.
Zap
so
his head.
to not jinx it.
Zap his head.
Concept to get him. But yeah, that's why I wasn't gonna mention it. That being said, they're pushing us back, but the speed at which you push back is way slower than the speed at which you move forward when you have possession. And we do still have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Just gets his ult and this is done. You see how tightly packed that team is over there? He's got his ult. He's very low health though.
Oh, you think? We
okay.
might see a Cloak and Dagger ult here soon. But it's not really going to make a ton of sense unless they're in a space where you can really clear from it. But let's pop back over to this just in case we see it soon. Wouldn't be super surprising.
You could try to be a sneaky Iron Man.
Sneaky.
But it looks like Cass is trying to be the sneaky one. She went in. She's in there.
Let's watch this Cloak and Dagger ult.
Strange
for a
ult might
second
come
here.
too. Everybody's about to pop over on their ults.
That would make the most sense.
The
Because
goat,
we
bro.
need to capture and move
Boom.
this as fast as possible. So that was a double on that ult there. Along with a couple of what else
The
was
tree's
going on.
gonna
That's
touch.
almost a full team
It did it.
wipe. And there it is.
2-0.
Wow. All right. That was a little bit faster than I had planned. Thank you all for being here with us, as you have just witnessed, same as us, the Seton Hill E-Griffins Marvel Rivals team. First, yeah. These cutscenes are so funny to me. But you have just witnessed the Iron Pumpkin. There it is.
Iron
There
Pumpkin.
it is. There it is. Just waiting for it. But you've just witnessed the first win, the first Nationals bracket win for this team, because it is alongside the first Nationals bracket wins of any of the NECC divisions for this game. So hey, we'll see you next week. Updates will come as soon as we have it for when that is going to be. Make sure you tune in on, is Rocket League tomorrow or Thursday?
CS is tomorrow at 7.
Me when I know what the games are.
And then Rocket League is tomorrow at 10.
Okay, thank you. And then Overwatch is Friday?
Overwatch is Friday. We don't even know who we're playing yet.
Yeah, but safe to say by the end of the week, we will probably have a better idea of when we're playing.
It should be by tonight sometime.
Alrighty. So tune into those next streams. Make sure you keep watching, because just because the Rivals team that you are watching right now is doing great does not mean that the rest of our program is not. Because we've got lots of other people and people who are playing on other teams. They're all good watches. Make sure to tune in when you can. And that'll let you know when our next match is going to be for the next round of Nationals. Yeah, it's been a good one. Thank you all for being here. Yeah. All that. Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Yay!